Hi, welcome back to Gooey.AI. We've been building our Copilot health bot, which is talking about hypertension and BP. We've set across the LLM prompt, we've chosen an LLM, we've even got a knowledge base and speech to text and text to speech formats going. Everything is kind of ready for us to now try to deploy it and see what happens on the field, or at least test it internally among team members. Now, obviously, this chat window here is fairly cumbersome, and we can't ask other team members to try or other people on field to test this. We can also end up having a lot of errors. People might end up changing something here which they don't need to. So we can just start a quick deploy with a web widget. Very, very simple. We head over to our integration section here. We have an option of web widget, WhatsApp, chatbot, Slack, or Facebook. For the moment, we'll go with a web widget and we'll click here. It should open up a page that looks like this, where you can add various details and you can deploy it directly as a full page or even inline in your website. So we've anyway got the health bot's name here. We can add a description, a health bot for caregivers focused on hypertension. As you can see, it's updating as I'm typing right here. This is kind of a preview of what it'll look like. Instead of saying computational norma, I'll just say by GUI because that's my org. Sorry, Gooey.AI, and I will add our hyperlink. So even that's updated here, and it also hyperlinks to Gooey.AI. Now, we can also have some conversation starters. These are really helpful to get people easily started off with using the chatbot. So instead of having to type everything, they have a few questions they know. This is kind of indicative of how the chatbot will work. So we can say, okay, uh, how often should cardiac patients follow up for hypertension? And the second question could be, what are the drug classes for first line agents, right? So we'll put 2, you can put about 4. And then we are saying show sources, which means you can get the citations. We have audio messages enabled anyway here. And then we have this little section where you can have new chats and then also autoplay the responses. So then here we have the settings to where we want to embed it. Do we want it to be inline or a pop-up? Like we have, I will just show you what a pop-up can look like. We've got a little pop-up here on our website here, so it pops up like this. And also you can have it as a full screen like this is what we'll show you now. So right, so for the moment I'll just leave it as full screen. We don't need to look at this for now. And then I will test it. I can test it here, or I can test it directly in full screen, which also might be an easy way for you to share it. You can copy the link and share it as well. So here I'll message the bot. As you notice, it's not given us the conversation starters. So I'll just do update web preview. And then when I refresh this page, hopefully the conversation starter messages come in. So I'll ask the first question directly via the button, and let's see what it does. So it's working as it should. It's giving you the responses, and it's able to give the sources as well. So you can click and look into the sources. You can even look at it here as well. It's the same thing, but at least it lets you know where exactly it is talking about. And then we can ask another question about the follow-up for cardiac patients, and we can ask it as audio, so then we can see that both of them are working. So I'll just record it. How often should a cardiac patient follow up for hypertension? So here you'll notice the recording button was very simple to use. It was not as tedious as when we were using it in the Copilot builder. So this is what the end user will see. So here you go, it says that you need to do a follow-up every 3 to 6 months, and it's also giving us an audio. And you can see that this is also responsive, and once I make my chat smaller, it will become super tiny. Sorry, there's no background here, but at least it gives you an idea. Right, so we've got our Copilot deployed to the web. We've got a link. We can share this with people. You want to put it on another hyperlink, you're most welcome to do that. But everything is kind of sorted, except that we've still got this GUI picture here, and I want to like add a new picture. There are many ways to do this. For now, I'll just find something maybe from my desktop and add it here. So let me just add this picture here, and you'll see that it gets updated directly onto the web widget here, right? And then if I say update preview and I head back to my chatbot here, you'll notice that it's given me the image, and you can also see my past question continues to be here in this particular session on the browser. So this is how you can integrate your own web widget. It's very simple. It just took us about a minute to do it, and you can start testing. Next, we'll talk a little bit more about how you can fine tune this bot, make it a lot more powerful, add functions, make it agentic, check analysis, make sure that your answers are doing well, do evaluations to make sure that it's answering as well as an expert might answer the questions. So see you in the next video. Thank you.